I have not added that particular slide as such here. Thanks for keeping your cell phone switched off. I hope everyone understands what I am trying to put across. Thanks for keeping it off, at least in the airplane mode. And we have abundant reasons to tell you that the cell phone, which is having a 10 feet away, also there is some problems. So I am going to talk about cancer. Basically, we tried to do a study in Hyderabad, and it was presented in omics group also. We tried to cancer patients and normal patients, normal people. We tried to put the heavy metal burden among them. I just like to share with you what are the things, and I'm sure there's a great audience here, and every one of you know about a lot of things here, and what I'm trying to make it is very simple and subtle points. I hope all of you, it will be an interactive session, okay? And let me start with this. We are living in the industrialized world. So after World War II, whatever has involved is industrialization, and we are paying a real heavy price for that. And as Dr. Mega has told, we call it Mega. The earlier life experiences can influence later life health. Now there is a study by Dr. Bolson, cardiologist. He said he has shown that the breastfeeding of children, if it is done for 2 years and plus, that's going to make the child immune for so many diseases. You acquire immunity with that particular stuff. So what is happening now is we are afford. We are really not able to understand what is the role of these air fresheners, what is the role of that deos, what you are applying as such. Yes, there are a lot of people applying deos. I can smell that. A few of them you are not, maybe you are not applying, but somewhere this is absolutely very hazardous. My dad told me very strictly not to, he made me so much this one, almost like we were smoking. We never used to go and try to do friendship with somebody who is smoking about. I'm very sure now we need to lay down some things as such, and we need to show the youngsters basically not to use the deos, not to use the shampoos with all these phthalates and all that. There is a big toxicity. We are in a big toxic world now, and the way we are going, the thing is, and I could see a lot of people here. I tell my patients two things not to eat, which will help you avoid any diseases. I'm going to ask you what will be these two things. I expect the answer after this call, after this is over. Two things which avoid that and don't eat that, you will not get to a doctor, you will not require a doctor. Okay. We are talking about toxic chemicals and all that. What I am trying to put across is, again trying to focus. We used to use some antiperspirant. Or we used to get that, yes, sir. Yeah. I'll just come this side. Okay, fine. So there is a thing called antiperspirant. Antiperspirant is used to block the sweat glands. And you know what is the content of antiperspirant? It is aluminum, it is parabens, and this aluminum, once it blocks the sweat pores in the axilla has extension to the breast. Breast is the apocrine gland. You are going to. So in the coming things, you just try to look into that. I am talking about the lipstick, what we are using. I don't see anyone wearing that, but still, you have got a lot of lead in that. Okay. We'll be open for interactive questions immediately. And yes, this is one of the favorite slides. And I can go on record. I can tell you my great grandfather, he was having a peak of his health. At the age of 87, he didn't see a dentist, he didn't see a cardiologist, he didn't see anyone. He was having a quality life. My father at the age of 50 plus or something like that, he didn't have that quality life. What changed? Now, I get people at the age of 25, 30 years, oh, Dr. Garu, it's all genetics. And he says he attributes everything is to his dad. At the age of 30, you are getting a diabetes, and you attribute that to your parents as well. I don't, the way Dr. Mega has told you about, it is the epigenetics doctor. In the epigenetics, it is making the expression of the gene early. Epigenetics is making the appearance of expression of the gene, this one disease early. So let us not keep on let's not keep on focusing on one thing that okay, my dad has got so tapaunda na purava. It's not at all like that. We are talking about some lifestyle changes. We keep telling as a doctor, I used to tell, do you smoke, do you drink? That was the only thing we were taught when we did our medical college, way back in India. Now we see all non-smokers, all people having without any kind of thing, they are getting into diseases. We need to understand why we are getting into this. These are some of the things. We somehow believe that we need to look into some other things. Because you have made my talk very easy here. You have absolutely shown that heavy metals are the causative factors of cancers. I will definitely go 1 inch extent. I try to show you about diabetes, heart disease, how it's impacting the heavy metals are impacting that. So this is, all of you are aware of this periodic table. I believe that this is a must to understand heavy metals. You try to understand there is a group 1, group 2 and group 3. We'll try to stick to the group 2 where we have got a valency of 2. Beryllium, calcium has got 2, magnesium has 2. Whereas lower down you have heavy metals which has got high level, which is lead, which is heavy atomic weight. Right? You have got nickel, you have got mercury, all of them they have got big. So what does it do basically? It tries to displace. It displaces the calcium and magnesium from your body. If you are getting toxicity of the lead, suppose you get some toxicity of the lead, what you are getting into thing is, the wherever the enzyme systems where magnesium and calcium are involved, this goes away. There's only a few chairs are there. You need to get a ration. So what is happening is heavy metals are coming in the place of calcium and magnesium, and it's causing a big disaster. So these are the toxic heavy metals in the periodic table. All the lanthanide series and transitional metals, they are all toxic. And we are not able to understand why this thing was happening. I can give you 2 more simple reasons. There is a thing called table water and groundwater. Okay. For the old timers, you are aware that they used to have a table water, Bauli circle. You go 8 feet or 10 feet deep, you used to get water. Now you don't get that. You need to probably go for 800 feet deep or something like that. All these heavy metals are coming. And all this stuff. So this is going to cause significant toxicity to the human beings, and there are a lot of things which we can always discuss on some other day. And I will just show you what is the relevance to this human biodiversity and all that. How our human health is getting thoroughly impacted with these heavy metals. We are focusing only on chronic metal toxicity. We are not talking about acute toxicities. Acute toxicities, you have acute toxicity of arsenic causing diarrhea and things and all that, but it doesn't end there. After 3 or 4 years, this arsenic starts giving the symptoms. I have reasons to say, I'll show you in thing, all diabetics having arsenic toxicity, they have got peripheral neuritis. They keep scratching, their legs become darker and all that, and the moment we reduce the arsenic from the body, they start getting better. So what is this mechanism of metal toxicity? I told you, this basically they are mimics as such, they act cadmium, mercury and blah blah. These are the most dangerous kind of stuffs, and they are just trying to displace some kind of thing. It goes through the molecular mimicry as such. cadmium, copper and nickel acts as mimics for zinc. Wherever zinc deficiency is there, most of the people are suffering. Above 50 plus people are having a problem with the prostate. You know what is the kind of link here? Prostate, you need proper zinc there for a good health of prostate. And you don't have a zinc, instead of that you get nickel or copper and something like that, and you are going for a toss. I'll show you in the data, prostate cancer, nickel, cadmium was recovered from that. High levels of iron was shown as well. So these are all the things which thallium mimics potassium, manganese mimics iron. Now we have reasons to show you a Parkinsonism patient, Parkinsonism having high levels of manganese in the globus pallidus, in the basal ganglia. I just go coming back to your this one, I will go slightly elaborate here why these heavy metals are toxic. These are basically because they form some ligands with the transporters, with the proteins as well as with the minerals as such. They bind to the sulfhydryl, oxygen and nitrogen groups, and they causes altered enzymic activity. This is the thing. And some metals compete with, I told you about this particular, like calcium and zinc, and they get into the process. Instead of calcium and zinc goes there, the other things goes. Lead is one of the commonest things, sir. We are now working with in Hyderabad. We are seeing everyone having a low levels of vitamin D. You know, and we keep taking vitamin D and all that. You know, the problem is we have high levels of lead. That's the reason vitamin D is low. And where exactly in these heavy metals, if you have got some toxicity of the heavy metals, where does it go into the body? It stays in the blood for some time. Lead stays for 3 weeks to 4 weeks. From later, it goes into the bones, it goes into the soft tissues, it goes into the adrenal cortex, and it goes into the brain also. So we have to really work on this particular thing. And there are some factors which increase the heavy metal toxicity also. If you have got fluorine water, fluorides in the water, and you have heavy metals, it becomes a deadly combination. And try to understand this particular metals as this is just like a car engine has a piston at its core. Enzyme has a mineral at its core. Any enzyme, you take chlorophyll. Chlorophyll has got magnesium in that. Okay. Now you instead of magnesium something comes, everything is gone. Okay. So this is how you should start kind of thing, because this one much single organ system can be affected. The whole thing will be broken as such. And there are different pathways, and we have a lot of body has got a lot of buffers. The body tries to. You have got something called metallothionein. You have got. See, some person has got good levels of glutathione levels. Glutathione is a body buffer here. Someone has doesn't get into a problem, and somebody gets into a problem very soon without any. There is a genetics thing is there, but you have an intrinsic buffers like glutathione, metallothionein. The more you have, you are protected, boss. You have in cases of some viral illness or some kind of fever, or you are taking some medicines and all that, your glutathione levels gets depleted. And then metals come into picture, it will get into your nerves very easily as that is conscious. That is how the thing affects, and I think I have. So where are these heavy metals stored? I just told. I was just trying to make it this one. It goes in the brain, it goes in the heart, it goes in the adrenal cortex. Probably if we go slightly fine as such, try to see where exactly it goes. It goes into the intracellular and extracellular fluid. Okay, in the membrane receptors, if you are able to see this particular on the top as such, you have got a cell wall. Your cell has got a cell wall. The cell wall is the big permeable layer, and that is the place which is affected thoroughly in all your diabetics and all that. And inside the cytoplasm, you have got the nucleus, you have got the mitochondria, you have got the endoplasmic reticulum. Mitochondria is the one thing which gets severely affected. Mitochondria is the powerhouse. In cancer, what is being told by Dr. Otto Warburg, it was in 1940s, he said cancer is a deficiency of oxygen. And now the results what we are getting, the kind of work which was done by Thomas Saxena and other people, we are able to show that cancer starts at the mitochondria. You have mitochondria is a powerhouse. You need oxygen, you need glucose to enter there, and the mitochondria has got an electron transport chain, cytochrome 1 to 10 as such. Okay, and if by any chance oxygen is not entering there and you have only glucose, see, it is like a carburetor in the car, man. Carburetor, you have to have petrol, you have to have air, then only it works. If something is wrong with the air or petrol quality, or something is wrong with the carburetor, things are going to go for a. This is the basic thing, and if we can understand oxygenation, and we can always try to manage cancers well as such. So we test the heavy metal toxicity. We tell everyone, "Hey, you have toxicity." Previously, we were not able to do that. Now we are able to check the blood. We are able to do a beauty challenge test. We are checking the hair. Hair is still not done in India, but we are checking the blood and we are checking the urine and all that here only. We do a relation challenge. We pass something. With that, the medals come out. I have been fortunate to work with a group autism children's this is for autism, and where we started working on that, and it was very difficult to prove that it is because of heavy metals and all that. Now it is so easier for us. We give a challenge test, and once we give a challenge test, the whole lead and mercury and all that comes out. And we were clueless how this small kid has got so much heavy metals and all that. I can get all of us sitting here. I'll show you anyone. Yes, doctor, I need everyone will have high levels of lead loss. So we need to quantify that how much we have, and we need to live with that. We used to check before giving elation, and you can see the upper part albumin is coming out through the urine, and in the other things, cadmium and mercury is coming out very heavily. So I think I'm so sorry, I'm not defining my talk only to cancer, because this heavy metal burden is a big thing, and in particularly in Hyderabad, we were unable to understand why it's not Hyderabad, it's global now, why there is so much diabetes. We came up with chemical cause of diabetes. Chemical cause of diabetes, I tried to work with a few things. I'll come back to that. If the time permits, I'll come back to the diabetic point of view. I just tell that we were trying to work with the 5 things here in Hyderabad, and we found high levels of. The problem is with the water, number one. Water, content of arsenic was high in water, number one. And the water where it is stored. How many of you are still using plastic water bottles? Plastic water bottles, yes. So it has got something like bisphenol, which causes again diabetes. Arsenic already is there. We try to work with some mercury. We are talking about cadmium now. Rice eaters. I am a Hyderabadi, Pakka Hyderabadi. If I don't take some rice, I don't feel like I have finished my lunch or dinner. And I tell you, students, it is basically a cadmium contamination in the rice which is causing a big problem. All Sona Masuri has got highest cadmium. All the superphosphate fertilizers which were used for cultivation of paddy has got high levels of cadmium, and which is reflecting there. So I'm so sorry. I'll go back again to the cancer as such. This is the paper which was presented by BHU, Banaras University, where they found very heavy metal concentration in carcinoma of gallbladders. When we started doing, I'm a radiologist first. When we started working on things, I had seen in KM hospital also. We used to have some problem with the gallbladder, we used to say, and we used to ask, "Kahan ke ho?" The moment they used to say it's from Bihar or UP, we knew that it's a Gochibi cancer. It was a diagnostic difficulty, and the moment we know this guy is from Bihar, it is always a gallbladder cancer. So the people living along the coastal Ganges, they had high predisposition for biliary cancer, and it was thanks to the water contamination. Highest concentration of cadmium was reported in the sewage, irrigation water. This is all, now you are seeing all these things in the news, man. This is way back reported as such. And pancreatic cancer, I can tell you about pancreatic cancer. Pancreatic cancer is the most the kind of thing as such, toughest particular stuff. And now the thing is, pancreatic cancer is because of cadmium, which was being proved as such. And it has taken it's a nightmare treating pancreatic cancer. And cadmium and prostate cancer, I was trying to give a hint about cadmium and nickel as such causing prostate cancer. Breast cancer is one of the trickiest things which we are trying to understand now. We found there is a great kind of correlation. I will try to give you a food for thought to all of you people. We have got estrogenic activity of metals in breast cancer cells, and I told about aluminium and in the antiperspirates causing that. What was done was, as doctors, we used to send it to pathology sample, and we used to tell about whether it is a squamous cell carcinoma, adenocarcinoma, and we stopped there. We need to go further. And there is a study from Germany, and we also tried to get associated with that. We found that heavy metal contamination, you have got the frozen biopsies of that breast sample, cancer sample, has got high levels of this particular. This increased levels of aluminium was found, uranium was found, nickel was found, cadmium was found, and lead was found. All this causes all whatever he has told us. What Dr. Mega has told, it increases the oxidative stress, it induces epigenetics, and it causes the expression of the gene early. So where are we now? We are trying to put across that this is the chemicals and chemicals. For breast cancer, we just feel that it is the one thing I can always tell you, keep away all the plastics within whatever you have. Please don't use the water bottles which have plastic. Don't use any, because plastics has got bisphenols, and that is one of the bisphenol and estrogen receptors are almost the same. That is one thing. Try to use away, throw away your aluminum pressure cookers. How many of you use pressure cookers? Everyone has got aluminum. Please throw off. Do this today. You should take home message. Should be your this part. Don't use aluminum things. It's highly carcinogenic. So this is the high levels of iron and nickel and all that is common prostate tissue also. And we will discuss. I allow 5 minutes. We will discuss about that. I still have time. I'll just show you some more important things. I'll show you some more important things. Because somewhere you people should not take lying down, it is there in my karma, I have got a cancer and all that. Cancer is what cancer? We are treating cancer like diabetes, man. It's so simple. You follow a diet, you try to do a detox, you try to see that your oxidation is normal. You can always fight cancer. It's not a dreaded deader now. And another 5 or 10 years later, we are going to get the incidence of cancer still more. So what I need to say is, have you ever, Dr. Mega, have you seen Erin Brockovich movie? Please make a note of Erin Brockovich. Erin Brockovich, she had, there's a movie on her name as such now. She was an environmentalist and she worked in California, and there was a kind of something like Hussain Sagar, there was a lake was there, sir. And in that lake, all contaminants were flown as such. All the industries, big industries and all that, they started exposing their efforts totally. And she found that area of people having high levels of cancer. And she was able to show that it was the hexavalent chromium causing cancer. So it was a big movie also came as such particularly. And we are not lagging behind. We have identified a belt in Nalgonda. There is a place called Dabar Cherru, and you have got a lake there. It is totally contaminated with hexavalent chromium. All the industry efforts and all that. So you have got a big kind of this one. It's not an easy thing to Because what I want to tell you is, if we are getting a vegetable, you don't know from where it is being cultivated, and that may have something like cadmium also. You have to be careful about that. Well, this was the President's Cancer Panel, and they documented 240-page document linking toxins and cancer, and we are still trying to understand that. And this is some of the things we tried here, trying to work with the hair and nails analysis, as well as looking at the urine analysis later as well. And we found high levels of uranium. And I can always tell you, uranium was something people from Nagarjuna Sagar side, Nalgonda, it is quite high. People living in that side of area, getting that Sagar water, we are at high risk. Uranium was 90 times more. 19. It's a cause of concern for all of us. I was talking about now in US, I give some lecture and they say, oh, Indian rice. People are scared to touch Indian rice in US. People are scared to touch Chyawanprash. Chyawanprash was shown to have very high lead levels. Lead levels was quite high. So we have to be careful with what we are ingesting. There is an ad thing going up, Sona Chandi Chyawanprash. Okay, golden. Already our things are full. We add more metals, we are gone. Your kidneys will shrunk, the things will go slowly and all that. We need to see that we need to decrease the toxin as particles. We are absolutely wondering what is happening in New Delhi, but I can tell you we are fast catching here also. The air particulate PM 2.5, I have a machine with us checking out what is 2.5 levels and what is that. And it's no wonder all these heavy metals, they come through this particular root assets through the air, what we breathe, and we are into big tox as well. We have some more time, sir? So, okay, fine, we can always have any questions, I definitely will be happy. And I certainly feel that heavy metals is a big loss. Yes, sir.
Sir, we are Ayurvedic scholars.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We are Ayurvedic scholars.
Yes, sir.
My colleagues are also here.
Fantastic.
We are using heavy metals from time immemorial.
Yeah, but it is,
so any
I
opinion
can always come to your group and talk about that, because what happens is that my dad was also a very, very big fan of Chyawanprash, and when I showed him lead levels and all that, and how it is impacting our health, we need to change our practice. I'm very good.